Hola YouTube, seguimos en Kingdom con Deliverance y después del asalto tenemos que hablar con este señor para preparar el asedio.
What needs to be done?
Look, a military encampment's a complicated thing. I don't expect it to be as peaceful and orderly as Holy Mass. But what we have here now is havoc. The men are as nervous and short-tempered as caged bears. When you walk around the camps, you'll see for yourself. Grumbling everywhere, complaints about everything from the gruel to the fleas. They're moaning they've drunk the alehouse dry, and now they have to wait for the next batch of beer. We've got dead who deserve a decent burial, and a lot of wounded, including one of their lordships. The less the troops grumble, the better off we'll all be. But that's not even the main problem.
What do you mean?
Did you hear what Sir Divish was saying to Fafar, our master builder?
I heard some of it.
And what did you make of it?
He said he'd never built a trebuchet catapult. I wouldn't even know where to start, but he might.
But, if it'll take him as long as he said, we can't wait until Judgment Day. We don't have that much time.
I'll try to ask him if I can help in some way.
You should definitely do that. Without a trebuchet, we're much too weak.
How are you faring, Sir Robard?
How do you think I'm faring, lad? There's some cutthroat thug lolling about in my bed at the castle.
Well, at least no one's raised Talmberg.
Not so far. Though we may end up doing it ourselves to smoke the bastard out.
I imagine Sir Divish isn't taking it too well.
And why do you think he handed command over to me? But it pains my heart too. That place is my home.
What's the easiest way to take back Talmberg?
The easiest way? Call in the Royal Army and leave it to them. But there's no Royal Army to help us now, and we can't afford to wait. What's more, we don't want to destroy the castle. Personally, I'd like to return to it.
Repairing the castle would be expensive.
And time-consuming. No trebuchet is wholly on target. The missiles fly as they please. And if we blast the castle to pieces and Sigismund comes back, he'll make short work of us.
Do you think Sigismund will come back?
How do I know what's in his head? But if he doesn't take advantage of this chaos, someone else probably will. The whole country will know about it soon enough.
I'd never have thought so many people were keeping an eye on Talmberg. Like that fellow Havel.
Not only Talmberg, and we've left precious few men in Ratai. If we're defeated here, who's to stop them from pillaging the whole province? And there's no shortage of power-hungry bastards like Havel and Toth in Bohemia.
Is there some way we can get through the gate?
There are steps from the gate up to the walkway on the battlements, and I don't know how Istvan's covering them. Then there's the portcullis to get through. A big battering ram might breach it, but how could you get one that close? I reckon we'll have to set fire to it.
Stuck up brushwood and light it?
Brushwood, timber, anything that burns, soaked in as much pitch as possible. The local charcoal burners surely have some.
And even if it doesn't burn the gate right down, it'll weaken it and make it easier to break through.
Exactly.
And what about the walls? Which side is the most vulnerable?
The south and east are solid. It would be useless to try anything there.
It's best defended from the north, and as for the west...
From the west is where we tried it, and got royally fucked, if you recall. But I think in the end we'll try that way again, only this time we'll do it better.
Pity they didn't stay holed up in Vranic for longer. It would have been much easier there.
Toth is a wily fox. If he'd had all his men with him there would have been real carnage. It's likely we only won there because he'd already gone and taken most of his best soldiers with him.
Vale, ahora toca hablar con este señor, a ver qué nos dice.
God be with you, lad. What can I do for you?
Sir Robard sent me to you. He said you have to build a trebuchet.
Indeed. A trebuchet that can smash the walls of Talmberg. I, a mining engineer. What do I know of war machines? I'll never manage it on my own.
Well, I'd like to help you, but how? I don't know anything about trebuchets either.
Actually, there is a way you could help. Conrad Keezer came to Sasso recently. If you could get him to come here, it would save my skin.
Conrad Keyser? Who's he?
He's a scholar who studied medicine, but he also designed siege engines. He even took part in the siege of Nicopolis, together with Sigismund.
You're still an engineer, though. Couldn't you build it yourself?
Are you serious? Do you know how complicated such a machine is? What forces are at work in the contraption? If we were lucky, it wouldn't fire at all. Far more likely it would smash itself to smithereens and kill lots of us instead of the enemy.
He was with Sigismund.
It's not so straightforward. They quarrelled after the battle, after Conrad blamed their defeat on Sigismund.
I don't suppose he took that too well.
Quite. That's what led to Conrad being banished from Prague and making a base at Bethlen Castle.
Banished? Like a common criminal?
He was a member of the court and a doctor and a master engineer, so nothing quite that bad befell him. I've even heard he has a whole host of wise men with him and they're writing some book together.
What's he doing here in Sasau?
They sent him over here to help with building the monastery. No doubt they had to pay handsomely to get him.
All right, I'll do what I can.
Thank you, Henry. Maybe we will build that trebuchet after all.
Vale, pues vamos a ir al monasterio a buscar al señor este que sabe hacer los trabuquetes. Así que voy a cortar obviamente para que no tengáis que tragaros todo el camino. Y nos vemos ahí. Hasta ahora. Bueno, ya estamos en el monasterio y ahora tenemos que preguntarle a alguien para saber dónde vive el señor este que sabe hacer los trabuquetes. Así que voy a buscar... Es que no hay nadie por la calle, tío. No sé qué pasa. No sé si es que es domingo. Ah, mira, ya hay un herrero. Vale, pues voy a hablar con este. Le voy a preguntar dónde vive este señor. Es que... Ay, Dios mío. Venga. A ver. A la velocidad del rayo.
I'm honored that a knight such as you takes an interest in...
Do you happen to know the whereabouts?
And what do you want from the... Ah, never mind. What do I care? It's the big house in the courtyard by the monastery.
Bueno, ahora que sabemos dónde vive Conrad Keyser, voy a cortar y cuando llegue a las puertas de su casa, vuelvo. Hasta ahora. Vale, pues este es el sitio. Voy a hablar con Urban, su guardián.
I am at your service, Sir Knight.
Is this where Conrad Keyser lives?
Indeed. The world-renowned Conrad Keyser.
I need to speak to him.
Oh, really? Whatever for?
Tobias Fayfar has sent me. He is asking Master Conrad for help with the siege of Talmberg.
Must be important then. Go in. Although I don't know how he can help from here. Here's the key.
Qué amable el tío de darnos la llave y todo. Qué majo.
Are you serious?
¿Es serious? Yes, I'm serious. Voy a cerrar la puerta. Por si tenemos que cometer alguna fechoría. A ver dónde vive este piago. Uy, unos cofres. Bueno, espera. Vamos a localizar primero al pavo, que luego no quiero que se enfaden y nos echen de la casa. Sebastián Monberg, no, este no es. Aquí hay otro tío. Guardia. Está durmiendo el guardia ahí en medio. Y el Keyser este, ¿dónde cojones está, tío? Pues aquí arriba no está. A ver. Ahí hay otra puerta. Vamos a mirar.
Enter.
Huh? By the horn of Joshua, you startled me. I thought you were urban. What do you want?
Sir Tobias Fayfar, the master builder and engineer from Skalitz, sends his greetings.
Fayfar? Tobias Fayfar? I've heard of him. He invented an interesting mining machine. What does he need?
Sir, have you heard what's been going on in Talmberg?
I've heard a thing or two. Is it true the castle's been taken?
It has, and we want to take it back. Master Fayfar has been given the task of building a trebuchet, but he's not sure he can manage it.
I doubt it myself. Building siege engines is an entirely different kettle of fish than mining. Damn, I'd like to rain some boulders on those heathens of Sigismund's. But that can't be done with a quill and parchment, and I can't leave here right now.
Why can't you leave?
That's a long story. I was a little, more than a little, critical of Sigismund's efforts at Nicopolis. And it might surprise you to know, after that defeat, he didn't particularly appreciate my criticism. Then when Sigismund abducted the king, I didn't feel too secure in Prague, so I left. Perhaps left is the wrong word. Some might say I was banished. In any case, I went to Bettlern Castle.
They locked you up in Bettlern?
Not quite. It's a royal castle. They leave me to my own devices there. Frankly, this so-called banishment has been a bit of a blessing. I have peace and quiet to attend to my opus and a band of able assistants. Although I have lost quite a few of my patrons, thanks to all this unrest.
And why are you here in Sasa?
To be honest, I need the money.
Money, sir? You don't seem like a man who lives in want.
Dear me, no. I don't need it to support myself. It's to fund my opus. That's why I agreed to help with the construction of the monastery. So you see, I can't simply take my leave.
What is it you're working on, sir?
Belli Fortis. A great book of war machines and weapons. My opus magnum, my legacy. All you have seen here are but snippets of my great work. Mark my words. One day, our whole world will be run by machines and inventions not yet dreamed of.
Of course. Any day now they'll plough our fields and milk our cattle.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing. Just thinking aloud about things for battle. Could I help you escape, perhaps?
Who says I want to?
But you said you couldn't leave, sir.
Young man, I can't leave because I gave my word I'd help with the building of the monastery here. And my word is my bond. I have no intention of sneaking away like some criminal.
Who do you work for here?
My contract is with the abbot himself, but I discussed the work details with Carol, the monastery's master builder.
Could I not just pay off the master builder for your services?
I doubt it. Carol is only interested in the construction. As long as he has the money to pay the craftsman's wages, that's all he needs.
Ah, as long as he has enough for wages, you say?
Yes, what are you thinking?
Couldn't Carol be persuaded somehow? After all, the defence of the province is at stake.
I realize that, but Sasa Monastery has always kept its neutrality. What's more, the abbot isn't here at present, and without his permission, Carol won't be persuaded. But I might have another idea.
What do you suggest?
Carol received his commission in writing. If you found it, we could, we could copy the abbot's seal and signature on our own document.
That's a curiously interesting idea.
My inventiveness has many applications. I could be back here before the abbot, so he won't even know I was gone.
How do I get my hands on the commission?
It will be somewhere in his quarters. You'll need to get it quickly and put it back before he notices it's gone. I suggest waiting until evening. That's when Carol usually goes to the tavern to play dice. He's fond of his ties. Maybe you can take advantage of that somehow.
Right. I'll see what I can do. I feel quite hungry.
Pues ala, venga, vamos a buscar al tío. Vamos a buscar al pavo este que tiene la comisión, que ha contratado al Kaiser para intentar convencerlo que nos deje llevarnos al tío ahí de buenas. Tengo un montón de pasta, así que si me pide dinero no hay problema. Tenemos que ir a ver a Karel. Así que vamos a mirar. Tenemos que hablar con él y a ver si lo convencemos. A lo mejor le podemos pagar un pequeño alquiler para que nos deje al tío este un par de días hasta que construya el trabuquete ese, que tampoco va a ser... ¿Es este? ¿Puede ser? ¿Hola, señor? Sí, es este, perfecto.
I'm honored that
I need some help from Master Conrad.
Then go and talk to him.
The thing is, he's already agreed, but he'd have to go to Talmberg.
I can't consent to that. He signed a contract for building the monastery, and we pay him a pile of coin for every day he spends here.
Supposing I compensated you for his brief absence, perhaps with some coin?
What use would coin be to me if the monastery roof collapses? Then I'd be the one having to pay compensation.
But the conquest of Talmberg is more important for the province.
From what I hear, it's awfully important first and foremost for your lord. Sassau's always been neutral. Anyway, I take my orders directly from the abbot.
Conrad would only have to leave for a few days. Surely you can manage without him for a short while.
We might, if he didn't get himself killed there. I've given my answer. No. He stays here until the abbot says otherwise, and the abbot isn't here at the moment.
Supposing I compensated you for his...
What use would coin be to me?
Thank you for your invaluable assistance.
You're welcome.
May God reward you in kind.
Pues nada, es muy cabrón que no quiere. Me cago en la leche. Pues vamos a tener que hacerlo a malas. Y a malas significa robarle las movidas. Así que... Pues espera, voy a comer primero, que tiene un poco de hambre el pavo. Así que voy a esperar y cuando sea de noche le robaré las movidas cuando esté durmiendo. Así que nos vemos ahí. Hasta ahora. Bueno, pues ya es de noche y vamos a ir a la casa del tío este que es esta de aquí enfrente. Tenemos que tener cuidado que no nos vea nadie porque lo que vamos a hacer va a ser un poquito ilegal. A ver. Vale. Hostia, no se ve un pijo, tío. No se ve un pijo. A ver, ¿y cómo paso, tío? Es que veo que hay una escalera, pero no veo... O sea, se ve fatal, tío. Necesita luz eléctrica ya, ¿eh? Voy a ponerme la antorcha para ver algo, tío, porque es que no veo nada. Ahora. Mira que bien se ve ahora. Mira, tiene una maquetita. El colega juega con muñequitas. Con casitas de muñequitas. Vale. Pues ahora hay que ir despacito. No sé si con la luz de la antorcha los que duermen se despiertan o no. Espero que no. Y vamos a ver dónde está el pavo. Y en silencio le vamos a noquear. No matarlo, porque matarlo nos dejaría la misión creo que incompleta. Pero sí que lo vamos a noquear. Ay, muy bien, muy bien, muy bien. Tú duerme, duerme. Vale, y ahora podemos coger sus movidas, su dinero, para que no pueda pagar los trabajos. Y del baúl vamos a coger el contrato. Exacto. Vale. Ahora tenemos que... Vale, ahora que tenemos el contrato vamos a ir a hablar otra vez con el señor, con el Kaiser o como se llama, Kaiser Sosi. Y vamos a decirle pues que tenemos el contrato y a ver qué quiere que hagamos después. Como el tío vive aquí al lado, pues tampoco pasa nada, no es necesario cortar, porque su casa es la de ahí enfrente. Espero que no pase nada grave, ¿eh? Ya, bueno, el guardia se ha ido a dormir. Muy lógico también, por otro lado. Ah, mira, el guardia está aquí. Ah, no, es otro guardia. Pues vamos a ir a hablar con él, aunque esté durmiendo. Yo creo que le vamos a despertar y le vamos a contar todo.
The Lord be praised. What brings you to me?
I've got that commission.
Not so loud, for heaven's sake. Show it here. The very thing. Go to the Sasau scribe and say to him the fox isn't half as clever as he thinks. Then he'll do as you ask.
Is that a password?
Just so. He insists on it. Don't forget to repeat it verbatim and aloud. Then all you have to do is take the new document to Carol and tell him a messenger brought it.
All right.
But most importantly, do it quickly and put the commission back immediately. Carol's no fool. If he can't find it, he'll put 2 and 2 together when you bring him the new document, and the game will be up.
Vale, pues ya le hemos mostrado la comisión robada y ahora tenemos que ir al escriba de Sasaba. Y bueno, pues eso. Aquí sí que voy a cortar, aunque no es que esté en la ciudad muy lejos. Y nos vemos cuando esté ahí con el señor. Hasta ahora. Bueno, pues ya estamos aquí. Esta es la casa del escriba de Sasaba. Así que vamos a entrar con todo el morro a las tantas de la mañana. Y le vamos a pedir que trabaje un poquito en el contrato y le vamos a pedir que haga un duplicado. Venga, tú puedes. A ver, ¿dónde está este señor? Ahí, este debe ser. Sí, perfecto.
Jesus Christ be praised.
I have a message for you.
Hmm?
The fox isn't half as clever as it thinks.
What?
The password about the fox?
What in heaven's name are you blabbering about?
Conrad Keyser sent me.
Why the hell didn't you say so?
That sod. He deliberately lied to me to make me look stupid.
Well, never mind. What do you want?
I've got this document here and I need to have a different one drawn up with the same signature and seal.
So Conrad is still up to his old tricks. Give him my greetings. Let's see it then. All right. Give me an hour. And I hope I won't have problems on your account.
Bueno, pues ya está. El tío se va a ir a currar y nos ha dicho que eso, que tenemos que esperar un par de horitas a que el tío termine, así que vamos a dormir, vamos a parar y cuando esté, pues que nos den las cosas. Vale, a ver si está aquí. Y... hola, compañero. ¿No estás aquí? ¿Dónde coño está este pavo? Esta es la puerta de la calle, ¿no? Sí. Estaba buscando al pavo y no lo encuentro por ningún lado. ¿Dónde estás? Ah, vale, está aquí, mira, ya viene. Hola, colegi.
Is it done?
Here you are. And pass on my best to the old dragon.
Vale, pues ahora lo que vamos a hacer es ir a... Tenemos que ir a enseñarle el documento falso a Karel y a dejarle el documento que tenía él en su cajón. Para que no sospeche que se lo hemos robado, claro, para que piense que es una carta original. Así que, bueno, vamos a ir de pueblo en pueblo y y vuelvo cuando llegue al sitio que toca. Hasta ahora. Vale, pues estamos aquí, esta es la casa. Me preocupa que es temprano, o sea que sigue siendo madrugada, pero ya se hace de día. Entonces no sé si habrá guardias o algo aquí molestando. Así que tengo que ir un poco rápido. Siguen sin verse muy bien aquí dentro de la casa. Pero bueno, a ver si el tío no me oye. No sé si seguiré inconsciente. No puedo abrir ahora. No podía subir las escaleras, tío. Vale, pues creo que sigue inconsciente. No, está durmiendo ahora. Vale, pues voy a ir aquí. A ver. Ay, no, claro, que esto es artículos. Tengo que ir a inventario.
Good health to you.
A messenger brought a dispatch for you.
To the hand of... I charge to give assistance. Permission to leave Sasau? How very convenient for you.
The hand of fate.
We'll see what fate brings. I have an authorization letter of my own from the abbot, and if your letter of patent is fake, you'll be in trouble. Come with me.
Vale, ¿y para qué tenemos que seguir a este tío?
So Conrad may leave?
He can. The letter of patent is genuine, and when the abbot commands...
Wonderful. I'll tell him.
Vale, pues vamos a hablar con Conrad Kaiser, o como se llame, y vamos a decirle que ya se puede pirar. Y que todos somos felices, que comeremos perdices. El objetivo no completado da igual, porque era elegir o una opción u otra. Entonces hemos elegido la de robar y no gastarnos un duro. Así que no hay ningún problema con ello. A ver, señor Conrad Kaiser. Ahí está.
They're after me! Sweet Jesus, I knew this day would come!
What? Who is... Carol said you can leave and...
Leave? I can't even set foot outside the door! Not now!
Please, calm down and tell me what's going on.
They're after me!
Who? Who's after you?
Sigismund's people, of course!
Why would they be after you?
Because he's never forgiven my criticisms of Nicopolis. Now he's decided to pay me back. What am I to do?
What makes you think someone's after you?
When I was on my way to Sasau, I saw Baron Pekar in Kosterlitz. He was with Sigismund on the crusade, as was I. Now I've been told he was seen at the local tavern. And a stranger's been creeping around the gardens here late at night. My God, there are signs someone was trying to force the door. They're after me, Henry. The Lord preserve me. They want to kill me.
Take it easy. If someone's after you, I'll see to him. I'll have a sniff around the town or lie in wait for him.
I don't know. What if he sneaks past you?
He won't, I promise. I'll hide in the garden, and if anyone starts creeping around after dark, I'll catch him.
You will, won't you? Good, good. And be sure to hide well. If he sees you, he won't come.
Vale, pues vamos a vigilar fuera de la casa, vamos a vigilar dónde está el granero. Y bueno, pasaré el tiempo para que esto no se haga muy coñazo, y cuando sea de noche pues ya vuelvo. Y así pillamos las manos en la masa al tío este que quiere asesinar a Conrad. Vale, pues creo que he visto a un tío. A ver. Sí, ese es el tío que decía Conrad. Pues sí que no era un paranoico. Parece que sí que están intentando entrar. Vamos a ver si podemos pillarlo infraganti. Hola, ¿qué tal?
Halt! What are you doing here?
Quiet, for God's sake. You'll wake the whole monastery.
Silence! For God's sake, I caught you in the middle of an assassination attempt.
Assassination? What are you on about?
Are you Lord Pekar, the one who was on the crusade?
Well, yes. How do you know that?
Because you've come to assassinate Conrad Kaiser.
Kaiser? He's living here in the monastery.
Well, yes. Right here in this house? What's your business here?
It's all a terrible mistake. I've a long-standing arrangement with the custodian here, Sir Sebastian von Berg. I supply him with salt and spices, and I've come to realise how he's been cheating me repeatedly. The dispute's been running for a while and still has legs. So I wanted my money back, that's all. I've no quarrel with Conrad.
All right. I suppose I'll have to take your word for it. But stop creeping around here at night and trying to break into the house. Conrad is scared half to death and I need him in his right mind.
Very well. That does sound like Conrad. I'll think up some other plan.
Vale, perfecto. Pues ya podemos hablar con Conrad y decirle que está sano y salvo. A ver. ¿Está gritando él?
Well, did you find anyone?
I did.
And?
You needn't fear. I kept watch the whole night and nothing happened. A few folk passed by, but nobody dangerous.
And what about Pekar? Are you saying he has no malicious intentions?
None. He's just doing some trade with the custodian. That's what brought him to where you were.
Well, if you're sure. But I'd still rather lie low for a while.
Come to Talmberg. You'll be surrounded by a whole garrison there.
Yes. Yes, I suppose that does make sense. Thank you, Henry. I'm in your debt. We'll meet at Talmberg.
Perfecto, pues ya está, tíos. Ya podemos ir a hablar con Feifar, decirle que Conrad está de camino y todos felices y comimos perdices. Así que vamos a ir para allá. Vale, pues ya hemos llegado al punto de transporte. Ahora vamos a ir hasta el campamento.
A well-chosen site. You want to strike the gate, do you?
True. We don't want to do more damage than necessary.
I quite understand. Sir Toth is holed up there, is he?
Just so, Master Conrad. I hear you have some accounts to settle with him.
Ah, not entirely. I've done with him. Sigismund trusted him more than me in his campaign against the Ottomans, and we all know how that ended up.
How did it end up?
Badly, my lord. The flower of French knighthood was slain there. Sigismund fled for his life, and I did too, I must confess.
Be assured we shall not make the same mistake here. We do not intend to starve them into submission, but to break down the gate.
I am at your service, my lords. We will build the trebuchet quickly. It will be ready in a matter of days. And I can supply, for example, Roquetta to sweep the foe from the battlements.
Roquetta? I do not believe I've heard of such a term.
Roquetta are missiles filled with black powder with a touch hole at the bottom to ignite it. They shoot forward, something like a hand cannon, but without rocks. The rocket is the missile.
I see. But we don't have black powder in these parts. Nor cannon.
Indeed. It should have occurred to me. But I am very fond of Roquetta, and I always think what Alexander the Great might have accomplished with them. I understand. We find ourselves in a conventional situation that demands a conventional solution.
I'm still hoping that Toth will see sense and parley with us.
He may well do so, especially when we set up the trebuchet on his doorstep.
Vale, pues ya podemos hablar con Feifar, decirle que hemos cumplido la misión y nos la complete.
Greetings. What business have you?
I came to an agreement with Conrad.
He's already here. You wouldn't believe how clever that fellow is. Now we really will build that trebuchet. That I guarantee you.
Glad I could be of service.
I'm truly grateful to you. And the men will be too when the assault starts. Fine work. You've certainly saved many lives. I probably shouldn't, but go and have a look in my trunk. You might find something there you can use.
Thank you.
Bueno, pues ya está, chicos, nos hemos completado esta misión. Espero que os siga gustando Kingdom Come Deliverance. Dadle un like si os está molando. Suscribíos si no lo habéis hecho todavía. Y nos vemos en el siguiente vídeo. Adiós.